History is like a giant puzzle, but what if some of the pieces are just missing? We're talking about strange events and mind-bending secrets that have stumped experts for centuries. From civilizations that vanished into thin air to cryptic books no one can read, these enigmas are a constant reminder that we don't know everything. Today, we're diving deep into the top 10 unsolved mysteries in history. And trust me, you will want to stick around for number 1. It might just rewrite what you think you know about the past. Let's get started. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. In 1937, this legendary aviator and her navigator, Fred Noonan, embarked on a daring mission to circumnavigate the globe. They were on the final stretch, a challenging leg over the vast Pacific Ocean, when their radio transmissions became erratic and then fell silent. They were never seen or heard from again. The largest sea and air search in American history at the time found nothing. Theories range from crashing and sinking into the ocean's depths to being captured by the Japanese, or even surviving as castaways on a remote island. Despite decades of searching and numerous expeditions, the final fate of Amelia Earhart remains one of aviation's greatest unsolved puzzles. At number 9, we have the mystery of the Roanoke colony. In 1587, a group of over 100 English settlers landed on Roanoke Island, off the coast of modern-day North Carolina. The colony's governor, John White, sailed back to England for supplies but was delayed for 3 years by a war with Spain. When he finally returned in 1590, he found the settlement completely deserted. There were no signs of a struggle, no bodies, just an abandoned village. The only clue was the word Croatoan carved into a post and crow carved into a tree. Did they integrate with the local Croatoan tribe? Did they attempt to sail back to England and perish at sea? Or did something more sinister happen? The Lost Colony remains America's oldest unsolved mystery. Coming in at number 8 is the bizarre story of the Mary Celeste. This merchant ship was discovered adrift and deserted in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872. It was in seaworthy condition, with its cargo fully intact and a 6-month supply of food and water on board. The personal belongings of the crew and captain were still in their quarters. The only things missing were the lifeboat, the captain's navigational instruments, and the 10 people who had been on board. What could have caused an experienced crew to abandon a perfectly good ship in the middle of the ocean? Theories range from a seaquake or a freak storm to a mutiny or even an attack by a giant squid. But with no evidence left behind, the fate of the Mary Celeste's crew is a true ghost story of the high seas. At number 7, we explore the enigma of the Nazca lines in Peru. These are a series of enormous geoglyphs, ancient designs etched into the desert floor. Created by the Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD, these lines form stunningly accurate depictions of animals like spiders, hummingbirds, and monkeys, as well as geometric shapes. The incredible part? They are so massive that they can only be fully appreciated from the air. How did an ancient civilization, without the aid of flight, create such precise and large-scale artworks? And more importantly, why? Were they astronomical calendars, religious pathways, or messages to celestial gods? The purpose of the Nazca lines continues to be a subject of intense debate among archaeologists and historians. Our 6th mystery is the legend of El Dorado. For centuries, explorers were captivated by the tale of a lost city of gold, hidden deep within the South American rainforest. The story originated from a Muisca tribal ceremony where a new king, covered in gold dust, would dive into a sacred lake as an offering to the gods. This ritual evolved into the legend of a place of unimaginable wealth. Countless conquistadors and adventurers, including Sir Walter Raleigh, risked their lives and fortunes searching for El Dorado, but the fabled city was never found. Was it a real place that was simply never located, or was it just a myth that fueled the greed and imagination of European explorers? The jungle keeps its secrets well. Halfway through our list, at number 5, is the chilling case of Jack the Ripper. In the autumn of 1888, a series of gruesome murders terrorized the Whitechapel district of London. At least 5 women were brutally killed by an unidentified assailant who became known as Jack the Ripper. The killer taunted the police with mocking letters and displayed a disturbing knowledge of human anatomy, leading many to believe he might have been a doctor or surgeon. Despite a massive police investigation and dozens of suspects, the Ripper's true identity was never discovered. He simply vanished as mysteriously as he appeared, leaving behind a legacy of fear and one of the most infamous cold cases in criminal history. Who was he? The world may never know. At number 4, we have the ancient mystery of Stonehenge. Located in Wiltshire, England, this prehistoric monument consists of a ring of massive standing stones, some weighing over 40 tons. Built in several stages starting around 5,000 years ago, it's an incredible feat of engineering for its time. The biggest question is how a Neolithic society, with only primitive tools, managed to transport these colossal stones from quarries hundreds of miles away and erect them with such precision. And what was its purpose? Was it an astronomical observatory for tracking the solstices, a sacred burial ground for royalty, or a place of healing? While we can marvel at its construction, the true purpose of Stonehenge remains one of history's most profound secrets. Entering our top 3 is the Voynich Manuscript. This is a centuries-old book that has baffled cryptographers, linguists, and historians for over 100 years. It's filled with illustrations of strange plants that don't match any known species, bizarre astronomical charts, and female figures in intricate plumbing systems, but the real mystery is the text itself. It's written in an unknown language, or code that no one has ever been able to decipher. Is it a lost language, an elaborate cipher, or simply a brilliant, meaningless hoax? Top codebreakers from World War I and II tried and failed. To this day, the Voynich Manuscript remains completely unreadable, a book filled with secrets that it refuses to give up. Our runner-up at number 2 is the lost civilization of Atlantis. First mentioned by the Greek philosopher Plato, around 360 BC, Atlantis was described as a powerful and advanced island nation that sank into the sea in a single day and night of misfortune. For millennia, people have debated whether Plato's story was a moral allegory about the dangers of hubris or a genuine historical account of a real place. Searches for Atlantis have spanned the globe, from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean. While no definitive proof has ever been found, the idea of a sophisticated, utopian civilization swallowed by the ocean continues to capture our collective imagination. Did Atlantis truly exist, or is it destined to remain forever a myth? And now, the number 1 unsolved mystery in history: the disappearance of the Indus Valley civilization. Also known as the Harappan civilization, this was one of the world's first great urban cultures, flourishing over 4,000 years ago in what is now Pakistan and India. It was vast, covering more territory than ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia. They had sophisticated planned cities with advanced sanitation systems, a standardized system of weights and measures, and a rich artistic tradition. But here's the mystery. Around 1800 BC, this bustling civilization began to decline and then completely disappeared. There are no records of war or invasion. Their writing system remains undeciphered. Why did millions of people abandon their highly developed cities? Was it climate change that altered the course of rivers, a devastating epidemic, or an internal societal collapse? The sudden and silent end of an entire civilization of this magnitude is, without a doubt, one of the most profound and unsettling mysteries of our past. From lost colonies to undecipherable texts, these mysteries challenge our understanding of history and remind us that there's still so much left to discover. What do you think happened in these cases? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another exploration into history's greatest secrets. See you next time.